So I was this DJ last night at the last Splitchers ever for us.
Who's your mama?
Who's your mama? DJ Who's Your Mama? And it was great. I did the 11 to midnight hour. And let's just say that my set was better than the last set. And everyone enjoyed it. And it was so much fun because when Get Lucky came on, this whole group from the back side that was in the corner with the
darts? Pool table.
Not the pool table.
Foosball
table. Like emerged out and started dancing, and they all were just dancing, having fun. And then Get Lucky came on, and they all turned to me and went like this. And I
this is a podcast. They can't see that.
A thumbs up. Sorry, a thumbs up. And it was really nice. And I was like, I feel so powerful. I understand when people are like, I love the DJ. The DJ, I was like, oh man, please don't stop the music. DJ. I'm like, oh shit. Me just pressing my Spotify playlist. I will make it a public Spotify list. I will put it on Facebook. So if you want that hour of glorious music, you can enjoy by yourself.
And if we want to listen to Uptown Funk.
Until the end. The last 2 beats of it.
The last 2 beats.
The most important 2 beats, if you will.
All right, ready, and action.
Welcome everyone to Chick Stick Flicks episode 23. I think it's 23 or 24. Anyways, it's the last Chick Stick Flicks episode for now. We might bring it back.
Yeah.
Do some vibe. Yeah.
Season finale.
But yeah, it's season finale. Possibly series finale.
You know the studio is questioning
revamp on Netflix.
Yeah, so it's comes out it's ending.
And we have our special guest with us today, Chickadee Marissa. Maybe we should introduce ourselves first and then have Marissa give a little intro. Are you prepared to give a little about me?
Okay.
Do it. Yeah. Okay. I'm Anna.
I'm Rosie.
I'm Maya.
And I'm Marissa.
Chickadee Marissa.
Chickadee Marissa.
What's your major?
I'm a psych major. I'm a senior as well.
We're all graduating on
Friends
Monday.
With these chicks.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie or favorite genre?
Oh yeah.
Favorite genre, if you can.
I think my favorite movie is Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yes.
Good.
Nice.
All right. Cool. Well, let's start off the season finale with some news. So, the first piece of news is that the American Civil Liberties Union, which I actually did not know that was a group until this article, but they...
Really? ACLU?
I don't know about them.
You don't?
No. Do they do a lot of stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Well... They're doing more stuff. They're asking state and federal agencies to launch an investigation into gender discrimination in Hollywood's major studios, networks, and talent agencies, according to a spokesperson for them. So this is pretty cool. The ACLU isn't naming any specific offenses, but they're citing some letters of evidence of gender discrimination, and they're sending it to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission.
It said overt sex stereotyping and implicit bias against women directors.
This makes a lot of sense to me. At first I was like, whoa, they can do that? And I was like, oh yeah, it is a field of employment, and women are definitely discriminated against in it, so... It makes sense when you think about it.
Smash the patriarchy.
Smash it.
I was so pumped because, hopefully, everything they go in and they finally find some stuff out because it's definitely probably the most disgusting thing.
It is.
Ever. Because we've been talking for, weeks about everyone calling out, weeks on, every time we, have a news something, someone's calling, something disgustingly, ridiculously, horrifyingly sexist. So it's now it's
someone's gonna do something.
Action of what we're gonna do.
Someone's gonna die.
I hope they actually pay.
Yeah.
Give them money.
Yeah. just like also just to revamp it.
Wasn't there some kind of suit with like the Grace and Frankie of like the male like co-stars getting paid as much as the main stars of that?
Did that follow through?
I don't know.
I don't know. I heard that happened. I didn't know that they sued like the. Okay.
Well, this is exciting news. My biggest hope for this is that it goes somewhere and it doesn't get stuck in, like, bureaucracy, red tape, like, take 15 years to, like, follow through. So I will be following this news story.
This is, like, being investigated for what it is, a civil rights issue. And that's, like...
Mary Sue.
Yeah, and I'm just
it.
like, as a person wanting to go into this field and become a woman, become a woman director.
Yeah.
I am a woman director. I want this, like, I want my opportunity. I don't want these basic ass boys, like, you know, like always getting these opportunities to, you know, that like I can't get. And I read this like Tumblr that's like shit people say to women directors, and it's horrifying what people say to like. Just even from like the lowest common degree where everyone's struggling, everyone's trying to make money, these indie films to the biggest studios, it's like sexism within the whole system. And so it's just a reflection of what our society is, that people so hard like fight against that there's nothing, everything's equal, women don't know, women are just crazy talking about stuff, but it's such a system intact that hopefully I need it to be gone.
Yeah. Smashing that patriarchy.
Smashing the patriarchy.
All right, next piece of news in light of smashing the patriarchy is Marvel is courting Ava DuVernay to direct a diverse superhero movie. Says the headline. She directed Selma. I think that was her first movie, right?
No, her third one.
Oh, her third one.
Yeah.
Wow. So there's nothing confirmed, but I guess Marvel has had discussions with DuVernay about taking the reins of one of its marquee comic book properties. They think it's going to be maybe Black Panther or Captain Marvel, the diverse superheroes that Marvel has.
She's gonna pick
one of those two.
A woman or a black man.
Right.
A white woman or a black man.
Oh, really?
Marvel, the Muslim.
I don't think they're going to do it. No, that's Miss Marvel.
Oh,
I think,
that'd be cool.
But this one's definitely, but yeah.
So yeah, even if it's not DuVernay, it says that Marvel is intent on getting a diverse director. It says
my favorite is that it's so funny. It says Marvel's courtship service on the same day that the ACLU filed their thing. So they're like, we got a black woman. Yes. We're done.
There's two things happening with women in film, and they're like, they're taking over.
Oh God! No, but in all seriousness, it's nice that it's kind of focused on the production side too, and not just on actors. I mean, I think representation on screen is really important. But it's also important backstage.
Definitely.
Behind the scenes too.
Because usually it's like how it filters through, you know, if it's backstage and all these people, then they usually do films that are representations of themselves, and it just builds from there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm excited.
That could be really good.
Hopefully she does. I don't know. She could do both. But
that'd
be great. But I
Joss did too.
Yeah, so I'm glad that whatever she does, if she does Black Panther or Captain Marvel, I'm excited for her and her ideas to come on screen.
No word yet from Ava, though, I think. Just everyone talking about.
Just a courtship.
Just a courtship. Just a
professional
whisper.
Courtship.
Just take me to dinner.
We'll see. That would be good. All right, next piece of news. Emily Blunt takes a stand on Cannes' high heel rule. So this is a ridiculous piece of sexism in the film world, speaking of. Apparently, at this gala for the Cannes Film Festival, women who were not wearing high heels, like several women, were denied entrance to the gala. They were wearing fancy flats. The gala premiere of Carol, I guess, which is the movie that...
Which is about a lesbian romance. It's about two women, it's a movie about women, by women producers, and then women can't even get into the premiere about this movie.
The argument was that, you know, there was a black tie evening dress code for the screening, but apparently you have to be in, you know, ankle-breaking heels to meet that dress code.
Especially if the women producers are older, this is like, they can't wear high heels. Like if they especially just anyone who can't just wear high heels and they're just like not like.
I literally can't wear high heels.
I can't wear high heels either. I'm just like terrible. So
or if you have any kind of disability, that
disability, how you walk, you just.
It's like, oh, your legs don't look good enough,
or you're
not a real person.
Like Jesus, like.
So Emily Blunt says that this is ridiculous, and she says, that's very disappointing. We shouldn't wear high heels anyways. I prefer wearing Converse and sneakers. And I guess her director of her film that's coming out, in which she's an FBI agent, the director and some other male cast members, I guess, are going to wear high heels in protest.
They would not make it down.
I was
they would be like, okay, bye.
Or they'll just look really stylish and rock it.
Yeah, they could. Drag queen in their future. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's terrible. Anyone else have anything to say about that?
No, just
shaking
ridiculous.
heads.
Come on, I want some rhinestone flats.
They're nice. They look
nice. Good. I've seen some nice flats from 9 West that they probably got it at. I don't know. 9 West is probably fancier. Probably fancier. I don't know. Nordstrom's.
Other brands are available.
What's going higher? Just trying to think about higher brands.
I don't know.
Jimmy Choo's.
For the old ladies.
Jimmy Choo's, is that pretty
Jimmy
high?
Choo's, yeah.
Louis Vuitton. Gucci. Does Gucci?
Just let us wear
Marc
a brand name
Jacobs.
flats.
Just keep going. I'm just like, what's the highest? Versace?
Do not look at me. I do not know.
Yeah,
I get all my clothes at Kohl's.
Versace.
All right, next piece of news is that there's going to be an X-Men spin-off called The New Mutants, which I guess is a comic book spin-off already, with the director of Fault in Our Stars, Helmer Josh Boone, to direct it. I don't know much more to say about this. Is this like part of the universe, or part of the what's his face?
Yeah, it's a part of the X-Men comics universe.
Is it going to be the same characters though? Like Hugh Jackman, is he going to be there?
No, I think it's a different one. I think is it what? They
Patrick
look like
Stewart.
Teens. They look like young kids.
James McAvoy.
Yeah.
None of them.
I think it's young kids. It's called New Mutants for a reason. Yeah.
Maybe a cameo by.
There'll probably be a cameo, but they just said that.
What is even going on in that timeline though? Like when
No one knows.
is this happening?
It's just a spin-off, so I guess because no one's really invested, so it's like a weird. How are they gonna?
So it says Fox has closed this deal, but isn't it Sony that does the current X-Men films?
No, it's Fox.
Oh, it is Fox. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's Sony does Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
all right.
Except now they lent him out.
Yeah.
Oh really? Oh yeah, that's right.
How Fox is really slowly trying to develop their franchise. So it's like
trying to catch up with Marvel Universe.
Catch up, but they're
for what? The X-Men?
For X-Men specifically,
what if they did a Spider-Man and they gave X-Men to?
They gave X-Men to Marvel too.
Because they're supposed to.
Well, then it'll be imagine Avengers 2.
Imagine it.
Then imagine that with X-Men. Then imagine that with X-Men.
Yeah, too many. You're right.
Too many.
It'll just be too much, and then we'll have another Wolverine movie in there. It will be terrible. We can't do this. Wolverine movie is already basically.
Yeah, they're doing another one.
Are they?
Yep, it says in this article Hugh Jackman's doing another Wolverine installment.
I think he's got,
and Bryan Singer is directing X-Men Apocalypse for 2016.
We talked about it, I think, way back, 2 years ago, about how Hugh Jackman is supposedly a rumor is he's paid $150 million to keep the Wolverine franchise alive. A lot of money to keep. I'm like, this poor boy.
he's fine.
This poor rich man.
Every time he was exercising, I saw pictures of him bulking up from Wolverine. He looks terrible. He looks just it's just too much.
He does have too much muscle.
It's too much muscle. I can't.
And the metal implants that they have to give him in his hands.
The whole thing.
So painful.
He's been living for hundreds of years. We don't even know what's going on anymore.
He doesn't know what's going on.
He actually, though, the $150 million is for him to turn into the Wolverine. They develop things. It's
Put him in the lab.
Wolverine.
All right, this is a great piece of news. So apparently, well, I guess it's not that great. I don't know. Rebel Wilson's real age is 35, not 29, as she's been saying, and her name is not Rebel Wilson, and she's not from where she says she's from. So
Her entire life is a lie.
yeah,
basically.
we've just uncovered this.
So they've been like talking about this for a week. I just saw it and I was just like wondering what's going on because it was like a rumor on a gossip thing, and then she denied it and said, no, I'm like a 100-year-old mermaid. I'm actually named this. Like, you Australian tabloids don't know what you're talking about, but it's like actually confirmed by a classmate. Like someone like wrote this who was one of her classmates, and yeah,
just so weird. Rebel Wilson of Pitch Perfect fame and Bridesmaids, I guess.
Was she even in Pitch Perfect?
Yeah, was that even her?
So she's like born March 2nd of 1980.
So she's 35, and her real name is Melanie Elizabeth Bounds, and she's not from, I guess, a working class neighborhood in Australia.
Yeah.
Is that it? And she's actually from like a more upper crust Terra Anglican school and lived in a comfortable Castle Hill area from 2000 to 2003. Yeah.
But she is right about her mom being a dog breeder, which is like weird. Like that's like the whole thing. But they said like even her like kid her because they're saying that all her friend like her name is her siblings' names. Oh my god, her siblings' names are like different. So Riot, Liberty, and Anarchy. Or Anaki, that's what it has in here. Anaki. But it's like Anna, Libby, Riot. So it's just weird.
Why would she do this?
Rebel. Yeah.
Didn't she say that those were her middle names?
Oh yeah, her middle.
In an interview.
Oh yeah, they said it's her middle name. And she went...
Maybe it's all just a big joke.
Rebel.
It went too far.
I didn't know.
It went too far.
Not that I suspected any of this, but
Yeah.
like, every time she's on a talk show, I'm like, are you telling... Are you ever serious? Like, what? I don't...
It's like this level of
I can't
irony.
tell.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest gotcha.
Yeah.
I feel like she's not I don't know. I feel like maybe she did this on purpose. Like, it wasn't a joke. Like, she just wanted to be seen as younger and maybe from this working class background. But I don't know.
Yeah, because it was weird how... what was it? Because someone in the old tabloid, whatever, said, like, she has a wild imagination and all these different, like, it's just, like, a weird thing. I don't know, it's just, like, how, like, I guess I understand, like, I understood when, like, actresses were, like, well, mostly it's, like, specifically towards actresses would, like, lie about their age because of things, but I've never, like, seen it before until, like, this moment where they've actually revealed that she's, like, 6 years older than she is, which actually just, like, I was like, okay, I guess that makes, like, sense. I mean, she looks good either way, but I'm just, like, very...
Good for an 80-year-old.
Yeah, she's actually 80, so, like, but, like, I don't know, it's just, like, is this alright? I mean, I wish she was just, like, you know... more like the truth about it, but is it all right for her to like lie about these things?
I just think it's weird. Bad. I don't know. I just think that she dug herself into a hole here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why she did it. I guess. I mean, I got you like with the age, like he said, but like.
But it's just like a lot of like, why make up your like your
I
background?
wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it
She wasn't
either.
exactly tied down by her age before.
Yeah.
So she was like 30 when she made Bridesmaids or something like that, and she's like instead of like 20, 24 or 25. So everyone's like, wow, like I don't know, it's just a weird.
Really, and even like with Pitch Perfect, it's like you're already having 20-year-olds playing 18-year-olds.
Anna Kendrick's.
She's 30. She's 30.
Really?
Like, yeah. So
she is really little.
So I guess like, all right.
What do you guys think? Is it okay?
I feel like the age and name thing is kind of like par for the course. But like, yeah, like the working class background is a weird thing.
Yeah.
To lie about.
That's just very weird to me.
It is very weird.
Hopefully she'll say like she'll be just like, hey, yeah, this is it.
Shouldn't she joke about it? She tweeted about it.
Yeah, I'm a 100-year-old mermaid. I'm like, well, no, I guess you're a 35-year-old mermaid. From a 35-year-old mermaid.
I guess I just don't because I don't know anything about actors except for what they say in interviews. So I don't like finding out that someone lies about that because I want to believe that they're telling me the truth.
Yeah.
So I can feel connected to them.
Yeah,
but
in some way.
it's like breaking the illusion that people are truthful.
Especially because she's like a comedian, and so like even I know comedians fabricate like certain things, you know, as exaggerations, but it's like when to be funny, like to like make yourself like feel like funnier that you lived it from the ghetto, or like you like I don't know, like the ghetto as she like said, or all these things like to like warp around just doesn't seem like sit well with me. Like, you know, it's just like you can't like find humor in other places, and all of a sudden you have to make up the background you're from. Like, no one cares if you're upper class, like upper middle class or whatever. Like no one like. It's fine. Like, there's so many people.
Or like the
from,
idea
like,
that being from
background.
working class like makes you more likable somehow. It's like a little,
or make it funnier, like so because you can make fun of these people. Now it makes me mad because if you start making fun of people that like aren't people, like I don't know. It's just like it's a weird.
It's very weird.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next piece of news is that Eddie Redmayne, human muggle. I love the Vulture headlines. This is from Vulture. Eddie Redmayne, human muggle to star in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Vulture does have. We have a lot of Vulture love.
I know, we do. I want to work for them. Hire me. Shout out. Anyways, apparently, according to Variety, Eddie Redmayne has gone from maybe starring in the Harry Potter spinoff to almost certainly starring in the Harry Potter spinoff. So he's going to play Newt Scamander in the upcoming trilogy. Oh, I forgot that.
No, I didn't know that.
Which is set in New York City 70 years before the rest of the Harry Potter series. Redmayne is, of course, the perfect choice to play someone named Newt Scamander, as he is a very handsome human man who also looks slightly like a very handsome human lizard.
Is that the criteria?
I guess so. He does kind of look like a lizard.
Because we were talking about like this before, about like we were like, because Rosie, you were like sort of upset.
Still mad. Yeah.
Still mad.
Yeah.
So just wanted to check up. Is Rosie still mad about this?
Yeah.
Now she's more mad because it's definitely it's certain.
Yep.
Care to elaborate?
What?
Care to elaborate?
For our new fans.
I'm not mad. I'm just like disappointed.
Yeah.
Which is, I shouldn't be because.
Another white boy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just boring.
Another day.
Another day, another white boy is cast.
Same old. Yeah. I'm still excited about the films. J.K. Rowling, as we know, wrote the screenplay, at least for the first one, I think. I think I read somewhere that she finished it. So, they'll start filming soon, now that they have this human man lizard cast.
I just want a Marauders.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
70 years, I was like reading that, I was like 70 years, doing the math in my head, I was like, they're not alive yet.
No.
The Marauders. Oh well. Alright, well the last piece of news, I'm going to hand over to Maya.
Okay.
Because I didn't read it.
Okay. So, as we know, the Cannes Film Festival was happening this past week, like for about 2 weeks. I think it's ending soon. And there's just some just news from this that are coming out to like preempt the Oscar season that's coming out, because this is the big festival. Already. Well, they have Sundance, but that's usually for indie stuff, and some things get past that point. But Cannes is the big one because a lot of the Sundance goes to Cannes, and then it's just built from there. And then the next one I think is either Tribeca or it's Toronto Film Festival. And then
Cannes is in France, right? That's the name of a city in France. Cannes,
France. So one thing that's been big was The Sea of Trees, starring Matthew McConaughey, directed by Gus Van Sant. And it was apparently booed at the press screening.
What?
Yeah, and this is what Cannes were known for booing. Like they
really?
If they don't like something,
those French.
They'll boo it. So they've also booed Ryan Gosling's film, both his films. The one that he did with, they said, I forgot what it was. It's the one he did with the same guy, Nicholas Winding Refn film. That came out no one really liked.
Yeah.
And then also his own directed film. His own debut film. It was also.
I can kind of appreciate that honesty.
Yeah.
So they boo at the end?
Yeah.
During the entire thing.
Do they do talkbacks?
Yeah, I think,
So
I don't know if they do it.
After they've been booed?
Sometimes it happens with the Tree of Life. They did it was a half boo, half standing ovation, and then they had to come out. So it's usually because they have two different screenings. They have the press screening, and people were saying they give embargoes to these films, embargoes to the reviews, but people, if you boo it, you can still put your thoughts out on Twitter and stuff. But then at the red carpet premiere, it got a 2.5 minute standing ovation. so no one knows what's going on exactly.
That's just like so quick to form your opinion. Right after you see the film, you're like, am I gonna boo or am I gonna clap? Like you gotta decide.
Some other part is the movie Carol, which was, so you remember like a weeks ago, like it was talking about Cate Blanchett talking about how she was in involving relationships with women. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that? So this is like, she was doing press but it was like good. It was like she was talking about that, but then it's also like she was also talking about her movie Carol, which came out with her and Rooney Mara, which is about it's like a 1952 set story about about this woman who's like in a bad marriage, and then she falls in love with Rooney Mara's character, and they have a passionate affair, and everyone's saying that it's really brilliant, and that they're thinking about them having Oscar nominations soon, and
cool.
So yeah.
So not booed.
Everyone was very happy with this one, and but they said that there is a red hot love scene, but it's not at the levels of Blue is the Warmest Color, which I have seen, and that was a pretty intense sex scene. So it's gonna be different.
It's gonna be
won't be that.
It won't be that.
Different.
And also, this film is good. Also, this film is also women produced too. So it's I think it's women. It might be women directed, women produced, women actors. So that seems really cool.
It's interesting that and Freeheld, I guess, are coming out around the same time, because that's also like a May-December.
What is that movie?
It has Ellen Page in it, and it's like, I think it's based on a real story where they're like partners, and one of them is dying, and like and it's like
that sounds like a fan fiction
to like hospital room, and like
sounds like a fan fiction I read.
And the last one people talked about a lot was Amy, the documentary about Amy Winehouse, and said it was premiered, and it stunned Cannes. It's like everyone was so like amazed by this film, and it's just they say it's a riveting classic Hollywood story, but it's told in different forms, like because it's through interviews and also real life video, and just how it's assembled together. So
wait, sorry. So at Cannes, like, do they already have like companies that are gonna release them, or do they show them and then they get
picked up?
Some of them are like in competition, so they'll be like shown in like bidding wars. But then some of them already have people backing them, and then they like are premiered. So like
Amy has a release date already.
Okay.
Yeah.
When is June? It's June.
June. Yeah. It says New York and LA July 3rd.
Okay.
So
July.
For LA. But yeah. So that seems like it's gonna be really sad, and I don't know, like it's just gonna be I would have to really set my mind into that, because it's like it's such a complicated relationship I think the world has with Amy and her like life. Like, because we've seen her only through the media. I mean, we've seen her music, but then it's just like the media, and she had so many jokes thrown at her between the years that she was like, between like, 2007 and 2000, whatever, when she passed away, which was like 2011, something like that. So like within those years, so many jokes about her, and then she passed away, and now we're all like trying to like reconcile this, because she was a really amazing talent. So
you guys Amy Winehouse fans?
Yeah.
I like Russell Brand said something good after she died, of how like we watch these stars just like
destroy themselves.
Yeah, just destroy themselves, and then like once it finally ends.
Yeah, it's like a weird. Anyway, that's it.
All right.
That's my canon. That's my canon stuff.
Should we move on to trailer trash talk or box office? Box office. I don't even know. It's a season. We've done this all semester. I don't even know how we do this.
Sometimes I'm just like, trailer trash talk, and then like, play.
You gotta keep it fresh. Keep the audience on their toes.
Well, I'll hand it over to Rosie for our box office report.
All right. So at number 1, we've got some, I guess you could say, feminist power going on, maybe. Pitch Perfect 2 is at number 1 with $69.2 million, which is pretty damn good. In second, we have Mad Max Fury Road with $45.4 million, also respectable. Yeah. Although its budget was $150 million.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, hopefully it'll make that back. This is just its
to.
first week. Yeah. Third is Avengers: Age of Ultron. Still hanging in there. Third week.
They dropped, though.
They did. They dropped by 50%, so they're at 38.8 million. In fourth, we have Hot Pursuit, which I had to look up because I didn't know what that was. But it's the Sofia Vergara and who's the Reese Witherspoon.
It seems like a not as good version of The Heat.
Yeah, I never saw The Heat, but
that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, so that got 5.7 million. Not great.
I'm actually like surprised and I guess happy that Pitch Perfect is top dog. I kind of thought that Mad Max might be up there.
But I think Mad Max might be more word of mouth than Pitch Perfect because already has that built-in fan base.
True.
So they were all like, everyone's like, proof.
Mad Max does too.
I guess they do, but
Mad
people
Max
were
is
like
more
not
cult.
knowing. Yeah, people were like
more what?
Cult fan base.
I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, because it's like 30 years since we've seen the last film or whatever, and so then people are like, we don't have no idea what this next one is going to be about, and they like none of the trailers told you, but everyone knows what Pitch Perfect's about, and since it was,
I didn't even know what it was about, and I have a poster of like the sketch of the poster, like a in my house.
The free poster from Cracker Park.
No, what?
From the
No.
ago.
From 30 years ago. Oh, really?
Yeah,
it
it's
just
like
came
the
with the
original sketch of the poster.
apartment?
No.
Why do you have it?
Because my parents bought it. Because they liked it.
Oh, okay.
They didn't like the movie, I don't think. They
I
liked
got it.
the sketch. It's cool. Okay, anyway. And fifth is Furious 7, hanging on for 7 weeks.
I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, and it's at, it got 3.6 million this weekend. So it's down 32%, but
7 weeks is pretty
it's
good.
a lot, yeah. Their total gross is 343.7 million. So they've definitely made back their budget.
Yeah,
they're doing well.
Well, I like that Pitch Perfect just first because I feel like, I mean, we all saw Mad Max and like some of us liked it, but I feel like it's more like a boy movie.
You mean everyone except
I feel like it's a boy movie and people are like, oh, only boys are spending money on movies, but Pitch Perfect is like quote-unquote chick flick, and it's like, no, look at all these women spending their money at the movies.
Yeah, just like how Cinderella was, which just blew everyone out the water. It was like, everyone wants to see Cinderella, so...
Yeah.
So the proof is in the numbers.
Yeah, the proof is in the numbers. And it's a woman director's first big opening ever, so it's like, really... And she's a first-time director, so... Good for her.
Yeah, she's still a name. Like,
she's still
know her
names.
name.
It's not like she's not unknown.
Yeah.
So, but that's cool.
Yeah.
What's coming soon?
Coming soon, Tomorrowland. I feel like we've been awaiting this for
I have.
a very long time.
I've been excited about it.
Okay, so
I think this is coming out.
It's with George Clooney and who's the woman? Oh, Britt Robertson. Who I only know because she's dating Dylan O'Brien.
Oh.
I just think of Dan in real life constantly when I think of Britt Robertson. She was in that. She was the middle child movie. Where she's like, she was the middle child.
Okay.
Yeah. I just really liked the trailer. I've seen that trailer has been out for such a long time.
Yeah.
I've been seeing it for like a year, I feel like, and I liked that trailer. It's intriguing to me.
It is.
So that's the only reason I want to see it.
So I'm not sure what it's about. It's like
this world,
a secret world.
And she's like,
you pick up a coin or something, and then you go into that world.
She's the calling. She has to save the world, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna play it here at the Apollo, but I went up to the Apollo thing.
Coming.
Oh my god!
With
the Rock.
So beautiful, Sia. So, but I don't know if it's coming here or not. I saw it we saw a bunch of trailers before, and then all of a sudden just disappeared. I just keep seeing Jurassic Park one.
Yeah, I think it's Jurassic Park in Santa.
So I want to see those.
Yeah. We also have Poltergeist coming out, so I will not be seeing that.
The remake?
Yes. It's a remake of the classic tale about a family whose suburban home is haunted by evil forces.
All right.
It's written by Steven Spielberg.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, like the original?
No.
Oh, cool.
When Marty was here, it looks like a...
Oh, I was getting Steven Spielberg confused with Stephen King.
You're
Whatever.
All right. Well, yeah.
Those are the main things coming out?
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess now we can move on to Maya. Look at me. Maya.
Okay, so this one is hilarious.
I'm so ready.
We decided.
I saw this just randomly, just like going through whatever, like Facebook, and this is called "We Are Your Friends," coming out blah 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 in August 28th, end of summer season, starring Zac Efron and Emily Ratajkowski. I don't know.
I don't know who
she's
that
the
is.
girl from Blurred Lines.
Oh.
With the boobs.
From Gone Girl?
Yeah, from Gone Girl, and Wes Bentley. And it's about Zac Efron wants to become a big DJ.
Alright.
And he dropped out of school to be this. So this is my future calling.
Yeah, this is a trailer that describes our generation.
It describes our generation. That's what it is, basically. So, everybody,
Cue up your trailer.
cue up your trailer.
Find the
It's
link
really Maya who does that.
in the description, and I'm gonna count it down.
Because sometimes I'm just like, oops. Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. All right, good. RC.
Good stuff.
Sweaty Zac Efron. Wait,
Liberals
is he
are
supposed to be
student.
a high school student? Okay.
SATs is not his future.
Okay. Oh my god.
Start a blog.
This text isn't obnoxious.
I love the text.
Yeah, it's really.
One.
It's like a mockumentary.
Yeah, what is it?
Is that the Vine girl?
Isn't that how Zac Efron does?
He is really good looking
like
though.
22.
Is that her?
Yeah.
Oh my god, she looks so much older.
She's 22.
She dyed her
She's
hair.
our age.
Whoa.
She's very young.
I love
this
this
is like
125
Yeah.
people. Look at
And then I look at everyone's heartbeat.
Science.
125 to 128.
I know, such a big jump.
What?
Quite a long trailer.
Yeah.
I like now it's switched into serious trailer.
Don't be a sellout.
Drama.
This is like the whole movie right now. This is good. I don't need to see it.
What's this? He's such an artist.
Build it from scratch, guys. This is new. This is new.
What?
They're
The sound.
The sound.
Oh, gathering the sounds.
So
Oh,
much
the
drama
realists.
over being DJs.
Such a buzzkill.
I'm not loyal now, and then they fight in the
More in the
pool.
pool? I think it's California.
Yeah, there's a drought going on. Why do they have this pool open?
There cannot be this much drama in being a DJ.
I don't know, I would believe it.
There was 4
I don't
pool
need
shots in this
prevention.
film. I was like 4.
Oh,
Oh,
Sing about it.
what's
this is
up?
Cole Carter.
Yeah, you should start singing.
So
We're
douchey.
soaring, flying.
We are your friends.
I
Oh
hate
my
that
God.
title. I don't really like that.
I don't want it
We're
to
your-
speak
I don't
to
like
me.
anything about that.
we are
That's
your
a. I love that. Start a blog, sell it online.
Student loans.
Student
liberal
loans,
arts,
liberal arts.
SATs, millennials. This is not our future. I'm gonna be 26 and famous, and
I'm relatable.
you can make an app, sell stuff online. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Internet.
Yeah, you can sell stuff online.
Internet, cell phone, selfie.
Yeah, selfie, stick.
like just
Driving stick.
Free association.
Highway, California. I don't know. Pacific Highway, Pacific Ocean, California, Los Angeles,
San Andreas.
San Andreas. All the leaves are white.
We could do a better trailer.
Great.
I love it. I kind of want to see it. I do like Zac Efron. He's so charismatic.
I'll see it on DVD later.
His baby blues, though.
Yeah.
His baby blues are so
And like his arms are just like very nice.
Yeah.
I just want to I'm gonna see it like at 1 p.m. on like a Thursday.
in the morning, so I don't have to pay full price.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna see it randomly, like really weird times, so like no one's like there at the theater. Just like I could just embrace this whole universe.
And that's you. You are that DJ.
I am that DJ. I was like that yesterday.
At
Except for
Switchers.
I just like played a bunch of music, and I was like,
You weren't counting the beats per minute.
yeah, I came and danced, and it was like, where's everyone in the DJ booth? And I was like, I'm not going to act there. But it was like, yeah.
You weren't counting our heart rates.
I was just making sure. I was like, okay, everyone seems like they like this, and then mine was like all the people's like really excited or like oh, and then there's like a couple black people near me, and every time they were like looking at me like, I was like, I got approval. And my favorite is just Rude Boy. Everyone really liked that, so. They're like, oh my god! All these guys started doing body rolls. I was like, what is going on here? But Uptown Funk was my favorite because people screamed during Uptown Funk when it came on, and we all were in the circle. Yeah! Oh, it was so good!
It was really good.
Yeah.
Alright, Maya's a better DJ than Zac Efron. Is the point.
You heard it here, folks.
You heard it here. You hear that, Zac? I know you're listening.
Shout out to Zac.
Okay, that's it for segments. Besides, now we're moving on to
See
where skip. Marissa's when Edmund came on 2 years ago, he was like, guys, I'm gonna organize this. And then he was like, I did not realize that you guys were toned down. Yeah. It was very rude.
Sing along at home.
It was very rude. Anyways.
Which one do you want to do first?
I don't know. Should we do
Pitch Perfect?
It's fresh in my mind.
Okay.
We saw 2 movies.
Oh, yeah. What did you see it? Pitch Perfect today?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay. So Pitch Perfect. This is the simplest synopsis.
Yeah, I love it.
The Barton Bellas enter an international a cappella competition, which no American team has ever won.
Oh, I thought there was a part before it.
No.
It was like, when they embarrass
Oh,
themselves.
this one on IMDb's. After a humiliating command performance at Lincoln Center, the Barton Bellas are banned, and then they go into the international competition to win that.
That is what
Talk
happened.
about that Obama cameo.
That was great.
I think that was stock Obama.
Yeah, but still, we were
I just like it when it's so funny. All right. So who wants to go?
You want to say who it's starring?
Oh, who's
directed
starring?
by?
Apparently Melanie Elizabeth, Rebel Wilson.
Yeah.
Anna Kendrick, Brittany Snow, a bunch of peoples.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Banks is directing it. Skylar Astin, guy that was in Book of Mormon in Chicago. That I love.
Adam from Workaholics.
Haley Steinfeld, that's important. So, yeah, a bunch of... Oh, the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Flula Borg from YouTube, if you guys know Flula. And, yeah. So...
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg.
A lot of good cameos.
Yeah, a lot of good cameos.
You can give yours if you're ready. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
So, let me go back. I was very excited to see this film. I was really pumped to see it because I really enjoyed the first film. But I will say that I did not enjoy this film as much as I did the first one. I think the first one was such a maybe because no one knew what that film was about, and it exceeded our expectations. So this one I was coming in with pretty high expectations. I was but it just did not meet. And the thing is, I really enjoyed the music in this film. It was more when they did the battle scene. There was more of that, which I loved. That was longer. But the thing is, I think what happened with me that I couldn't connect to it was just the jokes were not good this time around, and I didn't feel like the ones that were gems were quickly lost with the really bad jokes. And the bad jokes are these race jokes that they made during this film. I was pissed off because this is written by a white woman, and she just completely does a lot of stereotype jokes specifically against this Latina character, and they were funny. Every time she spoke up, no one wanted to just like you said to me, no one's want her to speak. Every one time she was about to say something, everyone's oh god. And then they had the male announcer character constantly saying really terrible jokes and nothing to ever retreat those jokes or like subvert and say something to like backfire against the jokes. They were just letting him say these jokes, because in the old film when he would say sexist jokes, she would say something against that, like, but these films seem like she's letting him say it and there's no consequence to these jokes. So I think that was just one thing that just really made me upset with the film, and I couldn't enjoy it as much. I also thought this film was there was a lot going on, and I felt like a lot of it was not explained, and I don't know, I just felt like they had Anna Kendrick wanting to do this internship and become, she's thinking about her future, plus this international thing, plus Rebel Wilson's love interest thing, plus the love interest between Haley Steinfeld and the guy, his name is Benji, plus them going the German thing, plus it was just too many things that I felt like it wasn't flowing well enough. And I honestly, the Anna Kendrick storyline just sets up to the end, and I wish it was done better to make it feel like it was satisfying towards the end. But I did like the ending. I thought the ending was great, but I felt like it was just stuck in there because it didn't start off with her. But anyway, so yeah, I'll just say I liked the film. I thought it was pretty good, but I think that without the race jokes, it could have been way stronger with the film. So I'll give it a high weight, low C. That's what I'll say. There you go. Marissa, you want to go?
Well, I feel like we should say that Marissa is our acapella expert.
Or yeah,
you want to give your background?
I'm part of Round Midnight, resident best
an acapella group here in Oakland.
Co-ed jazz and folk acapella group. We'll be singing at the commencement acapella concert.
Yes, plug it.
This Saturday night. It might be sold out already, but
I think it is.
Okay, then don't try to go to that. But yeah, so I'm a big acapella fan. So right from the beginning, I was super hyped. From the moment that the acapella singing over the Universal sign happened right in the beginning, I was like, oh, I love it. Music, oh, it's so good. But yeah, I definitely felt that it wasn't as coherent of a movie as the first one, and that wasn't good, and that I thought that they dealt with the whole senior thing and looking towards the future part really well, but then it wasn't connected to the other things. But it definitely made me feel things. And also, with so they had a lot of cool acapella-y cameos right at the end for that world competition. They had the Philharmonics from the sing-off. I definitely saw one dude from the Dartmouth Airs from the sing-off, heading one of the groups.
Oh.
Pentatonics was there.
Yeah.
They had a lot of people. Yeah. But then it was I feel and then that made the jokes that they made about the Filipino group even more disrespectful, because how are you gonna invite in this group that's really big and then be oh, a bunch of lady boys. It's just it's so rude. And then especially because it wasn't just making a bunch of international jokes, because they had the German group who were played by actual German actors, and the joke about them was just they're so amazing. And how is that gonna be the one white people thing is they're just so beautiful and tall, and then all of the people of color are oh, they're so dirty and weird gender things, and oh yeah, so all of that was just so gross that it did make it a little hard to enjoy the rest of it. But I think that the jokes that were good were really good, the bumper and the duet over the road was cool. And Key from Key from Key and Peele was so good as the record exec. And I feel those scenes were some of my favorite, of him just going back and forth with the intern. So, and I cried during it, so that's always I felt things, so I liked it.
I didn't cry.
I
Really?
teared up.
No. I thought you did.
I teared up.
I just was
Breaking
crying
news, Rosie did not cry
us.
in Pitch Perfect 2 or Mad Max.
I have to ask you, Marissa, is this world competition in Copenhagen acapella? Is that a real thing?
No,
okay.
I don't think it is.
How is the relationship with all the acapella groups with each other? This is a very interesting thing. Do they have battles?
We don't
in
actually.
pools?
No. Well, it's funny because the last movie, I definitely felt all the different types of a cappella groups that they had are types that we have at Oberlin. Like, the, like, all-male group is obviously the overtones. I feel like the Bard and Bellas are more, like, nothing but treble. Around Midnight's, like, or we used to be the Stone group. We're not so much anymore. I feel like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, different vibes.
I have another question. Is it possible to create arrangements on the spot as they do?
I mean,
Yeah.
so Round Midnight has tried to do that before, and like to like listen to a song and be like, oh, the song is so easy. Like there's only maybe like 3 harmonies to it. Like let's just all jump on a harmony, and it doesn't really work.
Okay.
So no, it's not. And especially, and that like she didn't really come up with the arrangement that they were gonna do for like their big competition until like the night before. It's just like it's not gonna sound good.
Right.
But that's like the Glee problem too.
Sure.
Didn't you
For
say
suspension of
that you
disbelief.
guys started singing the song? Was it Cups or whatever? And then you were, or something, and you were doing the harmonies, and then you were just like, this is just from Pitch Perfect.
Oh yeah. Because there was a Pitch Please and Round Midnight party last semester, and it was Party in the USA. Like people started singing, and then we were all like jumping on harmonies, and I was like, oh, it sounds so good, and we were all like feeling it. But then I was like, well, we're just doing the harmonies for the Pitch Perfect soundtrack. Like, so we're all trying to pretend that like, oh, we're making it up. And I was like, no, this is the exact arrangement.
So that does happen.
Yeah.
On the spot, only in like weird contexts.
Yeah.
So everything's fake about this movie. Fake everything.
Literally fake.
I have one last question. Is it possible to do such elaborate and rigorous choreography while singing a cappella?
I mean,
Because all the a cappella concerts I go to on campus, it's everyone just stands and focuses on singing.
yeah.
But in Pitch
I mean,
Perfect,
it must be possible. Like on the sing-off, they kind of do that stuff where they like are really down with the choreography and can do
Okay.
some weird things, and someone's like backflipping, but they're
Wow.
not like singing while they're backflipping.
Right.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
And I think also when you have like a really big group, you can get away with stuff like that because you'll just have more sound in general.
Okay. Right. Questions answered. Because I was watching the movie and I was thinking all these things I was going to ask Marissa about. I was like, is this real? Is this real?
International thing, actually.
Yeah.
I did like their arrangements in the movie.
Yeah.
The Second Too Hard on the Lollipop song.
Yeah, I
was
love
so
that.
Great.
That was good.
They are like overtones.
They are the overtones.
They are the overtones. It's so true.
So see, wait, or skip.
Yeah.
Marissa.
I feel like if you were a fan of the first one, then like see it.
Yeah.
But
Otherwise, no.
yeah, otherwise wait.
Cool. You want to go, Rosie?
Sure. Yeah, I was also very excited about this movie. I agree with Maya. I think that the racist, just really shitty jokes kind of took away from it a lot. And now it's been, what, a week since we saw it?
Mm-hmm.
So having just like digested it a little bit, it's not sitting well with me. But I liked a lot of the bonding stuff that they did. I like that it's all female cast, basically. I love that the guys are just pretty much glorified cheerleaders. I loved that at the very end where they're just like, yeah, those are our girlfriends, yeah! And you're like, yes. Yeah, what else? I really liked the Rebel Wilson plotline and her and Bumper, although I feel like if I went back and rewatched the first one, I would remember how awful he was to her and just how awful in general, and I'd be like,
He threw a burrito at her. I wouldn't be able to forgive that.
yeah, that's my point. I don't know, but he was sweet in this one.
Yeah.
So maybe he graduated, realized his life sucked.
I agree that the plot was kind of clunky.
Yeah.
And it wasn't helped by the fact that like, so she had a whole separate storyline, and like, that was supposed to be like they had to do it that way because it was like, oh, she can't tell them, and like that's but it didn't really work. I don't think. Although the scenes were really funny, but it didn't feel connected to the rest of it by necessity. Oh, we talked about the flashlight song at the very end.
Oh, yeah.
And how it just like, it felt like they they came up with this idea that they just wanted everyone to have flashlights at the very end, and then
Right.
they're like, let's write around that. So it wasn't the best song.
Let me ask
But-
you guys, did you guys think that song was better than the German performance? I thought the Germans should have won.
I
Germans were
thought they were so good.
Sorry that you
Yeah.
interrupted your review.
No, it's basically over. I don't know. I agree. I think the first one was something special, and like sequels are always really hard to recapture that spirit. So I think it was fine. I enjoyed certain parts, and yeah. I would say high weight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would be. I think it would be fine to just watch it on your TV or watch it on Netflix. You don't need to like rush out to the theaters.
Yeah.
To see it. Except if you want to talk about it with all your friends.
Right.
It's number one.
All right. So I went into this movie with not very high expectations because I liked the first movie, but I was not on the same train as like Pitch Perfect as everyone else was. I thought it was like a fine movie, but like maybe like high average. So I went into this movie thinking like the sequel's never as good as the first one. Mm-hmm. I knew that, so I didn't have high expectations. The racism was not expected. I did not appreciate that, and that was her whole character, this Guatemalan character, existed for those jokes. She didn't have any other purpose. So I do not know why the writer, why that was they weren't funny, and it wasn't. I don't get it. So that was bad. I did feel like maybe there was a lot in this movie that was cut. Because, like, all the scenes felt like they could have been longer, and, like, they were missing some transition scenes, maybe, because there were so many things going on in the plot. Because, like, suddenly they're, like, here, and then suddenly they're at this, like, retreat, and, like, it just felt like moving very quickly and not really letting the scenes play out naturally, because there were too many of them. But I thought they were all, like, potentially good storylines on their own. I liked Anna Kendrick thinking about what to do after graduation, especially since I am graduating. I liked that storyline. And it was touching to me, the, like, scene at the end where they're like, I'm gonna miss you guys, and, like, it was sad because we're graduating.
It's not. It's just not.
Let's not. Okay. And I thought all the acting was good. Anna Kendrick always nails her jokes. Those were the best jokes, I feel like. When, like, her jokes with, like, the German woman who she's, like, has a crush on.
Bisexual Rebecca was maybe the best part of this movie.
Yeah. She always nails her delivery, and it's always really funny. So I thought that was good. And Rebel, if that's her name, also is very funny and nails her delivery. And I thought their storyline with Bumper was sweet. But again, like you guys were, I agree with what everyone's saying. It didn't really seem to fit together. If they had just picked, like, two to stick to, I think it could have been a much tighter movie.
C, like an A, B, and then a C, like where Bumper and then maybe.
But, so I was, like, happy to just sit back and kind of enjoy this movie that was pretty relevant to me, just, like, watching their last year of college and, like, navigating that. But, it wasn't, a fantastic movie. So, like Marissa said, if you're a big fan of Pitch Perfect, you'll probably be disappointed, but go ahead and see it. It's not that bad. It's not like Avatar or The Last Airbender levels of bad. And if you don't really care about Pitch Perfect, don't see it. Just if it's on TV, maybe watch it. Yeah. I'll give it a...
I realized, like, how I liked Pitch Perfect. Like, the first time I saw it, I was like, okay. Like, I thought this is better than I thought. I wasn't, like, obsessed. Like, my sister's obsessed with these films. She was, like, obsessed. But then after I watched it, like, it was, like, several times, I was like, okay, I like this film more. Like, it's, like, growing on me. Like, as, because once you, like, because it's a weird world to get into, but then I was like, okay, this is really fun, and I appreciate it, and I really, like, appreciate this film. So it's, like... But I don't know if I would like this film more and more after I watch it. I think I'll just get more and more angry every time I watch the second film.
My thing is, I think the writing is mediocre and the acting is good. So, like, which makes for a good-ish movie, but, like, not that great.
Which is weird because the lady who wrote this film wrote the first film. So where in the transition like, I was reading the Vulture things, like, did she just, like, look at the thing and, like, just have a first draft and go, okay, this is fine, and then, like, send it through, and, like, how did this happen, where...
That's the thing, is once you know a sequel's being made, I feel like you decide a sequel's being made, and then you write it. Whereas before, you're writing a script, and you're trying to get it made, so, like, it's different.
The boss scenes were so good.
Yeah.
The boss scenes,
Was that...
because there's
was
like
that the writing, or was
improv.
that... I guess that was
I
delivery.
think Keegan
Was
nails
improv-ing.
it.
Yeah, it was like...
He might have improv. He's good at that.
Yeah, he's doing it, so...
She did something useful, and now I am rewarding her.
Go back into the corner and eat yourself.
Poor Dad.
I just want to rewatch this.
Yeah.
So those were good. All right, should we quickly do our Mad Max review now?
So Mad Max...
We also saw another movie.
Yep.
Now that we don't have classes.
Yeah.
That would be solid.
Mad Max Fury Road. So,
Alright.
this is a really long one. It's been 45 years since the collapse of civilization, and resources such as water, food, and oil are scarce. Survivors cling to life at the Citadel, a fortress controlled by tyrannical Immortan Joe. When Imperator
I have no idea.
Imperator Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron, leads a band of rebels on a daring escape through wasteland. She forges an alliance with haunted loner Max Roktansky, Tom Hardy. Together they embarked on a high-speed race through the desert, pursued relentlessly by the gang of the apocalypse.
That is an unnecessarily long synopsis. The whole movie is a car chase. That could have been, it's a car chase. That's the synopsis.
That's what a synopsis is.
It's a car chase, you guys.
The director is George Miller, who did the original Mad Max.
And that came out in the 70s?
80s.
80s.
Yeah. And there was one with, like, Tina Turner called Mad Max Thunderdome, so everyone's, like, really... She made a song for it, it was, like, great, whatever. So, like... but, yeah, so... This film is very...
You did yours. Yeah, go.
I didn't know first name. Okay. So, I had no idea what this film was about. But I was like, I know it was about cars and something about oil. Or I thought it was water for a second, but so I knew there was stuff like that, but I never knew the first Mad Max films. I don't know those films, and now coming into these, I just didn't know anything, so I just kind of but I was excited because I heard that it was very good. I heard all these different things about it, so I went in, and I really enjoyed it. I really had a really fun time with this movie. It's a film of simple plot. It is not a film of many words, which is actually relieving, because a lot of the ones, because we saw Avengers and that was a lot, it was a lot of dialogue, because Joss Whedon's a writer, so he's really pushing out this the dialogue, because it's setting up movies, but this is a reboot, not a reboot prequel sequel thing, so it's a different world, but it's just a kind of a quiet film in that aspect, and it's just it goes just pretty well. Just keeps going and going. It's 2 hours long, and I felt that was perfect for the film. I didn't feel like it should have been, cut or anything. I thought it was beautifully shot. I thought the cinematography, I've heard that 90% of this film was practical. Let's just keep spinning out. Practical. It was not a lot of CGI, which is incredible, and also how did they even do it? Because the way that they filmed this in the desert, one of the hardest deserts ever, and it's just I don't know how they were able to do this film, but yeah, I really like this film. I thought Furiosa was an awesome character, unexpected. This is mostly about her. This is her film, mostly. It's called Mad Max, but Mad Max does definitely take a different, he takes a background character to this, and Furiosa is trying to save her sisters, who are used by this man as sex slaves to birth his children to keep this government alive, and her trying to get him out of there is really powerful. And they were all of them were held their own, and had were, even though they were victims of a situation, they were never victimized, or they were never seen. They were really holding their own and really empowering. And you knew that the way that they were grown is the way that they grew up helps them figure out what they're in life, and you can characterize them as different people. Mm-hmm. Of course, it was easy because they had different hair colors, so that was easy. So you were the white hair lady is kind of earthy, spiritual, and then the other one is. But they all had specific things that I felt were all key for the film. So I don't know what else to say. I just really just had a lot of fun with this film, and yeah, I think it's, I would say, a very high C. I would say people should see this film, and I think it's going to be one of the better films, like better action films to come out of the summer, which is really like rare to say because sometimes summer films are just like constant, like God, like just hitting your head against. So this is like a really great like starting out period, and I'll just say that I enjoyed this movie way more than Avengers, so it did not make me angry when I left the theater. So that's it. Yeah.
I also enjoyed it. I thought it was very cool. And they just had so much interesting stunt things happening. And then also, like the way that they dealt with their women characters. And that it was like all the good guys were like the good women. And then plus like 2 boys on their team. And that the whole like rallying cry of "we are not things" that the wives had was really powerful. And I like old lady bikers. Like just being able to see old women who are badasses is something that you never see in an action movie or any kind of movie. But like Harrison Ford can still like jump around even though he's 70, but like any kind of older woman is relegated to like the more like frail like role, which they did have in this also, but it's just like a more widespread view of what women can do in an action movie. And even like that the really frail skinny wives like got to have their moments, like in the one of the more powerful things I thought was in the beginning when she's trying to like unclip his chain by like using the wrench thing, and she can't do it by herself. And then later on, it's like 2 of the wives do it together in like a really tense moment. And I'm like it was just so nice to see like, oh yeah, like you don't need to have like the utmost of physical strength. Like you can be smart about it and like get around it in different ways or use teamwork. I know that was really beautiful to me. And I cried in this one as well. It was just, like, there were some moments.
Which moment?
I think it was towards the end when people were dying, and I was just like...
This was not a very sentimental movie.
I know.
Marissa's becoming the new Rosie.
There's just something about like being in a movie theater and
the seats and the darkness.
It's true though. It's like
the popcorn.
Yeah, the smell of the popcorn just gets my tear ducts rolling. But yeah, I liked it. I think if like there was a lot of body horror and like really grotesque things in it, so if you're not down with that or don't want to see that, especially on like a big screen, then don't go see it. But I think if you're down for a fun time, then definitely see it.
Cool.
I guess I can start with the body horror in that I don't like body horror, but like this never felt, the only part that felt unnecessary was seeing the baby, like even the baby's feet.
Oh.
But yeah, the other parts I was okay with. And yeah, I also really liked this movie a lot. I'm not a huge action movie fan at all. I kind of tend to zone out during even like car chase scenes. So I'm surprised that this movie kept me engaged for 2 hours, which it totally did. I just, yeah, it is a 2-hour car chase. So if you don't, well, no, I wouldn't say if you don't like that kind of thing, don't see it, because I don't really like that kind of thing and I enjoyed it. So you never know. And I'm just going to repeat a lot of what has already been said. Love Furiosa. Yeah. Oh, I thought it was visually stunning. Stunning. Like, I see GIF sets now. And I think, yeah, if you want to, like, that's a reason to see it in theaters, to, like, get the full experience and see it on the big screen. Yeah. Because where did you say they filmed it?
In Namibia.
So it was just, like, gorgeous shots.
Yeah.
Of landscape and, like, desert and yeah, the cinematography is great. And badass women.
See where it skips?
See.
Cool. So I'll start off my review that's saying I do think people should see it. I'm going to give it a C. But I personally was very bored by this movie, and I fell asleep. because I am, I think, so detached from action movies, and even I can't ever get into a movie that does not have a story or does not have characters. Which, I mean, this movie has characters, but there's no backstory or no character development, which, like, I get it, it's, like, the genre, that wasn't the point of the movie, but I cannot hold my interest, so I was not interested in it. But I appreciated from a distance that this is a good action movie. I appreciated that it was a beautiful film. I really appreciated the women's roles in the movie. I like that they kind of take over at the end, like, they take over the government, and it seems like they're going to lead it now. I thought that was great. And I definitely think you should see it because apparently men's rights activists are very angry about this movie because they think it was a trick. They think it was like their Mad Max movie, their cult action film they've been tricked into watching a feminist film. So I think everyone should see it and give this movie money, if only to spite the men's rights activists. And also because I appreciate that it's a good action movie, but that I personally was not interested in. So yeah, I'll give it a C. That's all I have to say.
You know the group that Furiosa is from is called the Vulvalini.
The Volva?
Really? Like, it's Vuva, but it sounds like Volvalini. Like, it sounds like, it's like Vuvalina, and I'm like, George Miller is, like, the greatest. He's also, everyone mentions, George Miller also made the films Babe and Babe, Pig in the City. If you want to know his diversity in his films and how much he cares.
Were there any Babe cameos?
Little pigs?
I don't think there were any cameos. But, yeah. So that was really funny to point out that he did Babe.
Any last Mad Max comments we've gone on? No. So here we are at the end of Chick Stick Flicks.
Yeah.
We did it, you guys. We recorded every week, I think, except maybe midterms week.
Yeah.
We missed. But I've had a lot of fun with you guys, seeing movies and talking about them.
Yeah.
Smashing the patriarchy.
Yeah. I love listening to them.
Aww.
Yeah, I had fun. It was, like, nice to see all the films that we could see, and I think I saw all the films.
Yeah, I saw the least films. I win that reward. I think so. I might have missed out on a couple.
I did
or
too.
maybe we were about the same.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, the events this week are, we'll go see Marissa's concert if you got a ticket.
The
Commencement.
Apollo film screening is for all the, like, best films of the year is on Friday. So it's tomorrow at, like, 9:30, I think, or 7:30. I don't remember what time. In there.
And then Michelle Obama is coming in at, 9 a.m., 9:30? 10? Okay. 10 a.m. commencement. We're all graduating. And we'll see you on NPR. What's the next step from Chick Stick Flicks?
NPR or Comedy Bang Bang. I don't know. See you on SNL.
Yeah.
iTunes. Yeah, we'll go to iTunes next.
Bye.
He's like, alright, bye.
No, you were like moving.
I am ready. I'm ready. Alright. No. I'm cutting off this recording.
Okay.
Bye.